Organizational structure. It's important for new joiners to know the organizational structure. Why would that be? Because they need to know who they are reporting to, who they are responsible for. Do I have one manager or two managers? So, what is the type of organizational structure? Is it decentralized, matrix, flat, or what exactly? So, such information need to be communicated to new joiners and even the existing employees. Because if I will do the work, shall I report it to one manager, two managers? Is the project manager responsible? Shall I ask for his authorization? Such such structure, it organizes how you communicate, how things get done, how things get approved. So it will ease the process. As a strategic business leader, you need to understand the importance of the structure and to have a clear structure which is communicated properly to your employees to make the right decisions and to have a flow of work which flows smoothly. So, let's start our topic today. So, what are those key organizational designs? Firstly, we have functional structure. Organizes by specialized work functions like marketing, finance, operations, with clear hierarchies and centralized decision making. Then we have divisional structure. So, in this one, it organizes around products, markets, or geographic regions, creating semi autonomous units with dedicated resources. Then we have the matrix structure. It combines functional and divisional approaches where employees report to both functional and project managers. It will be like I am working in this company and I will be reporting to two managers. One is the functional, let's say the finance head, uh, and the other one is the project manager. Then we have network structure, decentralized arrangement where core functions are performed internally while others are outsourced to strategic partners. So it could be that the customer service or the call center is totally outsourced. So this is what we mean by the network structure. I think the above the first two functional, it is clear that there will be different functions like marketing, finance, operations, and then we have the divisional structure. It will be based on divisions. Let's say we have different business units. Or different products divisions. So we will say we have it's a totally different division. It's professional hygiene department. We have the medical devices and so on. So it is we can differentiate between the products or the markets or based on geographic regions. It's clear. So what are the strategic considerations? We have strategic alignment. So, structure should support organizational strategy, market positioning, and competitive approach. Adaptability. Modern organizations often employ hybrid structures that can evolve with changing business environments. So, I think it is clear that there will be hybrid structures that can evolve with changing business environments. So whenever there is a change, uh, we can change our structure to adapt for that change. And we can see here in the we have structure adoption by organization size. So you can see down It's functional, divisional, matrix, or network. So there are differences based on the size of the company and the type of structure which is usually followed. Matrix organizations. So as we can see in the diagram here, the strong matrix organizational structure example that the CEO is on the top, and we can see that manager over project managers, then project manager. There is it's a matrix. There's project stuff. It's reporting to a grid of matrix of reporting relationships. So, what do we mean by matrix structures? It is organizational structure where employees report to multiple managers across different functional areas and projects, creating a grid of matrix of reporting relationships. So, I think it's clear. What are the key advantages? Efficient resource allocation, enhanced information flow across functional boundaries, because it will be like everyone who is related to the project, let's say project A, will know and will receive the information on timely basis, as there is a flow of information across different functions. There will be increased flexibility. Let's think about if one of the managers is on leave, so the employee can report any issues in the project to another manager, so who is well aware of the project itself. So it is an advantage. Another advantage is specialized expertise application to multiple projects. Imagine they are with different backgrounds, with different experiences. So we will have more specialized expertise for this project, which will, by it and it will enhance the success of the project. But what are the key challenges? The dual reporting complexity. Every time I have to CC this manager and this one and that one, and sometimes if the approval is has to go through all of these three people or two people, it might delay the work even. Especially if one of them is always busy and he's not available to approve. So it is a disadvantage. Also, potential role ambiguity. The employee might not know actually who am I reporting to, who's my manager, sometimes one manager gives you instructions and the other one gives you different instructions, like the opposite. So what shall I do? Shall I do this or shall I do that? Shall I follow his instructions or his instructions? So it's not really clear sometimes in some of the organizations. While those who are well structured, it is clear the approval and the seniority level. It is clear. Then we have power struggles between functional and project managers. As we said earlier, who shall we follow for instructions? Finally, increased coordination requirements, because we have to, as we said, we have to take the approval of more than one manager, which makes it sometimes a bit difficult. Implementation strategies. So as an organization, what shall I do to make it easier and more effective? We will have clear authority definition. So, establishing explicit decision rights and responsibilities between functional and project managers to minimize conflicts. It's very important, and you can use this as an application in your exam scenario. Uh, then, communication protocols, implementing structured communication channels and regular cross functional meetings to ensure alignment and information sharing. One of the project managers might say, "Oh, this is my baby project. It's mine. I have worked on it. How come this functional manager is included with me in the project? He doesn't know anything about it," and so on and so on. So, there should be some assurance that information is shared, because without informed decisions, we cannot make informed decisions without full picture of everything, and all information is being shared. Then balance performance metrics. So developing evaluation systems that recognize both functional excellence and project contributions. So no one would feel that I am undervalued, or my appraisal is not that good, even though I was giving big efforts on this project, and all the credit has gone to the project manager, not to me. So there should be some evaluation systems that it is fair, and the perspective of the managers, and they feel that their work and efforts are being appreciated and seen. Look here at this matrix structure implementation by industry. We can see that the consulting is the highest in terms of the strong matrix, and then technology. Hiring, it is a popular strategy to remove one or more levels of hierarchy from the organizational structure. So, as you can see in the diagram, before and after, see the hierarchy. There were more levels, one, two, three, four, 5 levels. After the delayering, it is one, two, three levels only. So, it is the process of reducing management layers in an organizational structure to create a flatter hierarchy with fewer levels between frontline employees and senior leadership. So, the main purpose is to have a flatter hierarchy with fewer levels between frontline employees and senior leadership. What are the key benefits? There will be faster decision making, because here in the before they were many levels, and until it reaches out to the management it takes longer time. Then we have improved communication flow. Some of the concerns or issues at business might not reach up to the top, even though those the type of those issues should have been reached to the management. But because of someone here, maybe the shop manager, he didn't want to tell the regional to to inform the regional manager of the area manager of the issue, to keep it up on the store level. That's why he didn't want to inform, to keep them in the dark, so uh, they will not take the idea that he is not managing the shop properly. Also reduced overhead costs, because there will be fewer managers, and usually managerial salaries are the highest in the organization. And Increased employee empowerment. Employees will feel that they can take some decisions, their voice is heard, and it will increase their satisfaction and greater organizational agility. So, the key challenges are potential span of control issues, that they will not know who's the manager, who should make this decision, and who should take care of this issue and solve it. It's unclear to employees. Career progression concerns, they will feel that, okay, what's next? I am here now, shop manager, what's next? How long will I take to reach to this position of regional manager if he ever resigned? Then we have resistance from middle management and increased workload for remaining managers. Of course, whenever someone leaves, then the workload will be on the others who remains at the organization. So how can we implement what we just discussed? We can have carefully planned elimination of specific management layers based on value add analysis rather than arbitrary cuts. So we should not just we want to cut cost and we want to remove these positions from our organization, and we want to have just one manager instead of three managers just to take it to cut costs, which should not be our uh, target. It should be we should do value add analysis and then decide who we will eliminate and which positions will be eliminated. Then, team empowerment, shifting decision authority to self managed teams with clear accountability frameworks and performance metrics. Uh, so, we should shift the decisions to self managed teams. Of course, now since they will be just the employees without a manager above them, they will self manage themselves. So we should let them feel that you are being given some area for decision making, but it will be with a clear accountability framework and performance metrics. Digital enablement, leveraging technology to automate routine management tasks and facilitate direct communication across organizational levels. Because, as we said, the workload will increase since some of the positions are eliminated and those people has left the organization. So to ease and the workload, we can use the technology to do some of the routine management tasks, and also to have proper communication, as that person who is still with the company might be under a lot of pressure and workload. We can see here the performance comparison. If we will compare uh, decision speed, communication efficiency, employee engagement, innovation rate, cost reduction, we can see that the delayered organizations are much performing better than the traditional hierarchy. So in the exam, you can discuss these indicators like as benefits of delayering. If they were asking what about the company is thinking of delayering, so how would it be applied, or is it feasible for the organization mentioned in the exam? So you can mention these: decision speed, communication efficiency. You can discuss it if it is related to the scenario. Of course, it's not that you have to memorize it, but if it is related to the scenario. Employee engagement, innovation rate, cost reduction. These are the types of the things you should be looking for in the scenario. Technology's impact on culture. So nowadays we have digital workplace. Digital tools have shifted communication from primarily face to face to virtual interactions, affecting relationship building and information flow. So, as we can see nowadays, even meetings, they prefer it to be on Teams, and the face to face interaction has really decreased. Instead of having the weekly meeting or the daily meeting on face to face, it will be on Teams, because sometimes, let's say, the people, they are out and they are driving and so on. So at that time, they will save time and they will have it on Teams. So, did it affect relationships? Yes, relationship buildings has been affected, and also the information flow. We can notice it is being faster since the teams, they are communicating virtually. So it's a good tool to use technology nowadays. What about the work life boundaries? Always on connectivity has blurred traditional boundaries between professional and personal life. The You can hear this, there is no balance. You have to balance work with life. You should not just focus on your work. So having remote and virtual connectivity for work tasks, it makes more balanced life by creating both flexibility and potential burnout risks. As we say, the traditional way, there will be potential burnout risks, and then employee will be unsatisfied, and it might lead to them leaving the company, and it will cost us more to have a new employee and train him again, and so on. So it is important to have work life balance and make our employees satisfied at their current positions. Then we have geographical depression. With these technologies, there are no boundaries. We are in different country or different continent. It will be easy, and meetings go smoothly. So, technology enables globally distributed teams, introducing cultural diversity benefits while creating coordination and cohesion challenges. So, if in the exam they tell you that there are two teams in different two countries and they have some communication issues and so on, you can talk about technology and the importance of it, of easing the communication between the teams and the flow of information. It also helps for work life balance and increasing the satisfaction of employees, and by the end it will increase the success of the company itself. You have always to relate what will happen, what's next, so what is the effect. So the cultural adoption strategies: digital leadership, developing leadership capabilities for virtual environments, including digital communication skills and remote team engagement techniques. Like we can give them some training or courses on digital communication skills, or remote team engagement techniques. So it will be a good way to enhance the experience of digitalization. Intentional cultural Intentional culture building, so creating structured opportunities for connection and shared experiences in digital environments to maintain organizational identity. So we can still feel that we are one team, one goal, we are one organization by having this culture built. Finally, digital well being. So, establishing norms and policies that protect employee well being in always connected environments. We can have policies in place that it will protect the employee well-being in connected environments. Let's say if we this employee is working remotely, it doesn't mean that he doesn't belong to the organization, and we will not care about his or her well-being, but we will have policies in place to protect the employee well-being. So, what are the elements which the technology impact on organizational culture? We will have communication patterns, decision making speed, hierarchy flattering, work life balance, and team cohesion. These are the things which you should think about, and you can see from here that the post digital transformation for all of these elements is much, much more, because after digitalization we could have hierarchy flattering. Decision making is faster, communications is more effective, and there is team cohesion and work life balance, of course. Now, since we are talking about technology, we will speak about remote work culture, which is a common thing in many organizations nowadays. And you can see even in the job ads that some of them it says fully remote, and some of them says hybrid in office plus remotely. Some of, let's say, 2 days remotely and 3 days from office. So companies after COVID-19 has discovered that they are saving costs, our employees are happier, more satisfied, they are retained, they like their jobs, so they are not looking for new jobs. So and even more productivity, because they have a balanced life. They can balance their personal as well as working life. So, managing distributed teams, remote work represents a fundamental shift in organizational culture, requiring new approaches to leadership, communication, and performance management. Of course, since there is no face to face or less face to face intervention, there are some changes which requires new strategies or approaches to leadership, communication, and performance management. Team cohesion, building trust, and maintaining social connections across distributed teams requires intentional practices and virtual team building activities. As we said, we can have some training courses, or even we can have some activities uh, arranged for employees, and so on. Results based management, shifting from activity monitoring to outcome measurement. As we said, productivity has increased. So, what we are monitoring, we are not monitoring that this employee is sitting on his desk in the office for 8 hours. No, we are monitoring the outcome, their productivity. So, we have also clear objectives, deliverables, and performance metrics. So we will be looking at the deliverables, at the performance metrics, not their activity and how long they stay online and how long they are at office. Work life integration, establishing boundaries and expectations around availability, response times, and meeting schedules across different time zones. So it is important that they have attended the meeting, they are responding on time, and they are always available during the working hours, even though they are working remotely from their homes. Strategic considerations, technology infrastructure, investing in secure, reliable collaboration tools and digital workflows that enable seamless remote operations. So, it is very important that we can support such work style. Then, skills development, training managers and employees in virtual collaboration, digital communication, and remote work best practices. So, we need to uh, level up their skills to meet the requirements of working remotely. We can see here remote work productivity factors. So, high performing remote teams and average remote teams. Here we have team cohesion, work life balance, technology infrastructure, communication quality, employee autonomy, management effectiveness. So, it is very clear, and you can discuss these in a scenario if these are related. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know and have a great day.